poetry.
Yeah.
When did you realize that you can write? Tell us about that.
Pretty much, I'm a language person.
Uh-huh.
Sucked in mouths. As a matter of fact, I had to be. My math teacher told me that I have to customize how you're gonna pass your maths, because we were one of the very last people in maths. So our teacher told us that there are problems that you shouldn't solve in exams, because that is one of the things that I think is very, very important for education, is that I think at an early age people should quickly realize where you live.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's important.
so that you properly exploit that. And I am a language person. I am an art person. I'm not into physics and math and things like that. So what was the question again?
When did you realize that you can?
Yeah, I was doing really, really good in composition and everything.
I see.
Linguistics. I was good in Swahili, although I can't speak it much. I was good in everything, art.
Let's talk about why poetry, for example.
Poetry, I just read a lot of poetry, and of course I don't only do poetry, I do also prose. So it is fair to say that I'm a writer rather than a poet.
You're a writer.
Yeah.
Yes, I know you're a writer. You've written a lot of good books.
Yeah.
We will talk about that. But I'm delving on poetry particularly because, that is a very interesting area of art.
Yeah.
So when you're a writer, we have people who write books, but they're not necessarily poets. Okay, and the way poetry can be used to tell very powerful stories.
Yeah.
That's why I'm talking about it. So was there like a big break in poetry? Is there something that you did?
Not that I can remember. I just remember myself as somebody who loved really language and read a lot of poetry. I got bibliothèque. I read a lot of. Did you know Nyong'o is a poet? Nyong'o wrote a very good poetry about something that I don't want to say on TV.
Whatever
so
that.
I just read a lot of poetry, and I sort of loved it. Yeah, and then I was reading poetry. I was reading prose by a lot of writers.
Jagero, you've written a lot of books.
4.
And they're not just
to be specific.
books. Yes, 4 is a lot.
Yeah.
Writing one book is work.
Yeah.
So he's written 4 books. That's a lot. That's exactly what I mean. So can you just mention some of your books, and then maybe you can talk about whether they're fictional or
all my books.
stories.
All my books are basically fiction. So the first book that I wrote is this one.
And this is mine that I'm reading right now. Yeah. Very interesting read.
The Ghost of 1894. This is The Ghost of 1894. It's a story about the Rwandan genocide. But I did not want to dwell on the genocide itself, so I tracked the story 100 years before the genocide. That's why it's called the Ghost of 1894.
1894.
Yeah.
So that answers the question that I had next.
Yes. So then the other one is called True Citizen. It's an urban fiction about a traffic police officer who falls in love with the wife of a traffic police officer falling in love with a matatu conductor.
How tragic.
Not tragic.
How tragic is that?
Always fair in love and war.
Wow.
Love on the wall, So there is
Citizens.
Yeah. Then there is Why the Hospital Corridor is Wide. That's about a neurosurgeon in Nairobi, a lady who has to choose between getting married or following her dreams of becoming a neurosurgeon. They have big problems in their marriage because of obvious reasons that she's always in the hospital.
Yeah.
Then there is Urban Lovers and Liars, which are short stories about sex and the city, the cheating, the loving, and everything about the city.
Awesome. So before you continue, where can people get your
Those
books?
books are out of print.
I have one I'm reading, so you have to talk
Those
to me
books.
nicely.
I will print them again. I'll probably print them again next month, and people can buy them again. But right now, you can only get the soft copy of each and every book. They are there. You can buy them anytime that you want a soft copy. But if you like reading,
where can people buy the soft copies from?
It's from my website, udworjagero.co.ke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, 4 books. Which is your favorite book and why?
My favorite books. It's like asking a parent, who is
your favorite child?
They won't say it on camera. Mm-hmm. They will die with that secret.
You say in your heart.
They will die with that secret. I think I'm gonna die with that secret. But I love them differently. Mm-hmm. You know, like The Coast of 1894 is a book I recite for. I went to Rwanda for almost a year and recited that book, and it opened my eyes to a lot of suffering in terms of war. Mm-hmm. It also opened my life to a lot of what governments can do to their own citizens. It opened my eyes to what the world really is in terms of war and suffering. Mm-hmm. I have, when I was researching The Ghost of It, the urban lovers and liars, mm-hmm. I had so crazy stories about how people cheat.
Mm-hmm. Real stories.
Yes, real stories. Mm-hmm. Because people were sending to me anonymous, emails or inboxes of what is happening, or how people cheat and the heights people go to do for money and things like that. So Urban Lovers and Liars is about lying, really. And then you have the urban fiction, True Citizen. It's about problems in the city, mm-hmm. how people can't afford, how people come from the village to into the city, and then it just chaos,
I see.
And then why Hospital Corridor is true is about really human suffering, how people love and their love is not paid back at all, mm-hmm. and just the human heart yearning to be happy.
You're stuck between your job and your
relationship, and you see your marriage breaking down, and you see the people that you love going away and leaving you. So
then it's difficult to say. I mean, we can't clearly say that your books are based on fiction, because these are real life experiences that you have every day.
Well, fiction. I think fiction means that you're talking about stories that are always happening, but it happened to no one specifically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I think that is the fiction borrows a lot from reality.
From reality.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's good to have that in mind.
Yeah.
Now, when were you first employed, Jagero? What was your first employment? Where you wake up, you go to work, and you get paid at the end of the day?
I've never done that. I am very unfortunate to not have, experienced that sort of life.
I see. So you can actually have a skill.
Yeah.
And you do your thing.
Yeah.
And you make your own money. And you live your life. You have the basic needs and other needs catered for without being employed.
But who said it's going to be easy? Who said it's going to be easy? Yeah.
Jagero, looking at you, I'm thinking you've done some work with Google, you've done some work with very big organizations.
Yeah.
And they can actually be willing to pay you a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what we all want. So why would you leave that to?
Well, you are asking that because I say it's unfortunate. Mm-hmm. I think employment is it's a good experience. I think so. I've never been employed. I don't really care about being employed right now. I think I'm past that. Maybe you never know. You never know. But I feel like business is very, very hard, because, for example, I have people that I pay every month, but I see that they don't. There's a level of. They don't have sleep. I don't know. Maybe they have sleepless nights, but I think I have more sleepless nights, because if you're employed, somebody has to worry about your payment. You just have to worry about the work, and I'm not saying that the work itself might also give you sleepless nights. It can give you sleepless nights, but I think they're different in a way. So, but also about employment, I think one of the things I don't tell people about. Some of the things I don't tell people is that you should not be employed, because at the end of the day, somebody has to work for someone. So it's just that sometimes some people do not get in employment because of circumstances. Like I feel like I thought thought that I had a very bad education. You know, I thought my if I had gone to USIU or Nairobi University or Daystar, I think I would have been a bit confident in looking for employment. But I felt like my education was pretty worthless. My certificate was not appealing. So I think that is what drove me away from employment and decided that perhaps now I just need to borrow my own path. So for example, people who have got glistering, good-looking certificates, I think they should look for employment. But again, if you don't have that employment and it's not coming, like a guy told me that his daughter was taken to Riara, then to USIU, and now watching Netflix in the house all day long, all week long, all month long. I feel like such a person now needs to say, what can I do?
Exactly.
Yeah, what can I do with my life? Because then that brings us to that's it's important now to say, what are we being taught in school? Why is it that you can be able to go to school people go to school from what age? Around 3?
Yeah, 3 years.
To, if you're going to the university around, you're graduating around 21, 22?
22.
So the question, the important question is, if you have been to school for the last 22 years, how come you can still be unemployed? Whichever way.
I see.
You see, so sometimes this is hard, and we should be very careful in how we deal with the unemployed. But sometimes we also have to ask hard questions, because now you're a human being. You have needs. What can you do? How do you respond to joblessness? Because I think there are also other avenues that people have not properly interrogated. So
I had the opportunity to interact with the university students from different universities here in Kenya and in Ghana as well, and Nigeria actually. And the story is the same. They're like, so you ask somebody's like, me, I want to drop out of school and go and start my own business. A very young person between the age of 18 and 25.
Yeah.
They're still at the university. And they're like, I want to drop out of school so I can go and start a business. So when you ask them the big question, why? They say, there's no need.
Yeah.
I won't be able to get a job. This is Africa. What do you have to say about that? And the other question is, do young people have to go to school with the sole purpose of being employed after post-high school?
I think the way our education is set up is so that people have papers and ultimately present them to an employer. So that is the problem. That is the way we have been socialized to think, and that is why you still find somebody still doing arithmetics in high school, but they are musicians. Why can't they? Why can't they just forget about arithmetic and learn the guitar and learn the piano or learn something else? So that is how we have been socialized to think that at the end of the day you must have a job. Because, for example, if you look at it right now, an electrician is earning a lot of money right now. But
plumbing also.
Look! I always get shocked at the end of every year, at the beginning of the year when they announce these people that have apparently gotten A's at the Form 4 level. And if you ask these boys and girls, and their answers are crazy. They're like, I want to be an engineer. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a neurosurgeon. I want to be a doctor. I mean, for me, it speaks volumes about how these kids are socialized.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's going to be driving the Uber. I mean, it's not going to be sexy to say that I'm going to be an Uber driver immediately after you finish high school, But look at, nobody's saying they're going to be programmers. Nobody's saying that they're going to be digital marketers. Nobody's saying that they're going to be PR people. Nobody's going to say that they are going to be. There are so many areas there are so many industries out there, but these people are just talking about health sector, and only some are going to say that they're going to be pilots. which is good. I think it's good to say that you're going to be a pilot and fly. Perhaps they've never flown in a car. They don't know how boring it is to fly from New York to Nairobi, Kenya, basically in the clouds doing nothing without internet. I mean, but then coming to your question about people want to drop out. For me, I wouldn't tell a young person to drop out of school to pursue whatever they want to pursue. I mean, unless school is actually wasting your time, you know. But I won't, because there are some jobs that it will still make sense for you to say that even if you're a consultant, it will still make sense if you had a paper, you know, unless you're going to be selling eggs, you know.
Which is okay because it will make you money.
Yeah. But some things, some consultants will also, they might ask you, like the UN might still ask you for papers even if you're consulting, you know. So papers is good, you know. But I feel like if you really want to go and do a business, why don't you start that business when you are still in school and run it as a side hustle, you know, without putting a lot of effort, putting a lot of effort in it. By the time you leave school, you go directly into that business full time. It makes sense. It makes more sense for you to do that. To start it, learn the ropes as you're in school, and then when you are out of school, you get into that. Because, I think the reason, or they know there is a doctor who has all the world can offer, so they are like looking at that person with envy.
That's true, by the way.
And you know, raining on their children that I don't want you to be an artist. I don't want to be a guitarist. I don't want you to be this. I don't want you to be this. I don't want to be this. I want you to be that. I want to be an engineer. But that kid does not want to be an engineer. They don't like it at all. But they are being forced by you. How many people have told me that I'm doing this for my parents? When I'm done, I'm gonna do what I want.
Yeah, I've had that.
That is a tragedy.
Yeah,
it's
a problem.
That is a huge tragedy.
It's a problem.
For me, I feel like unless you're doing something that you totally hate, then you can forget about it and go and do your business that you really like and is fun for you. But I also think that parents are really messing up their kids.
They are. Tell us about that. So we have this problem. It is happening. I mean, this is the reality of things. Every young person will tell you this. So do you think that it is entirely a parental problem, or it also has to do with the institutions? I mean, where we are at the universities, when the lecturers come and they're teaching you something and you don't get it, somebody's like, you'll never make it in this life because you're going to fail. And then where will you go? Nobody wants to employ you when you get second lower at the university, when you get a pass at the tertiary level.
Like
so
when I was telling you about these kids that come out of high school and are asked what they want to become, and all of them are saying pilots and doctors. It's ignorance, right?
It is.
And a little bit tells me that the ignorance is coming from their parents.
Yeah.
You know? We have parents who are not reading at all in this country and around the world. They have no clue. I mean, some are civil servants and they think the government is all that is there to work for.
That's another problem.
You know? Parents are not reading. People need to read. I think the problem that we are having in this world is people not reading and exploring. You know, we have a lot of internet, but we're just using it to consume entertainment. But I feel like the internet is there for infotainment. You know, you get
there's a lot of information that you're not exposed to because we're not reading.
Because people are simply not reading. There are parents who don't know about other industries completely, like the tech. They don't understand it.
Yeah.
But she's there in the internet. My professor friend, yeah, usually tells me this joke that I hear it is there in the internet.
I
hear it is there in the internet.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
So it is there in the internet.
So it sounds bad when you say ignorance, but it's actually true. It is.
Yeah. It is basically ignorance because there's some parents really feel bad that their kids are into things that they don't like. And you know, sometimes I have a feeling that some of our parents failed in life. You know, And so they want their kids to be there when they were young. The aspirations that they had when they were young and they were not able to realize. They force their kids to be that shining light that they want to become. But forget about it. Your life is gone. Your water under the bridge. Let these young people, chart their own ways. I think, and I don't want to be very, 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 very close to parents. But, facts speak for themselves. Your parent is not, your kid is not you. Yeah. And as much as you want to sharpen them to be the blade you want, they might not just be the blade you want. And it's also important to times have changed. Yes. What worked yesterday cannot work today. Cannot work today. Yeah, things change really fast. And it's just possible. There are people who told their kids that they cannot be in sports. They cannot follow their dream of being sports people. Yeah. But how much do sports people earn right now? I see. That young man who is number 1 in Kenya, you never know. Yeah. Right now he's number 8 in terms of the fastest people on planet Earth. How about if he can just improve a little bit from 9.9 minutes? Is it 9 minutes or 9 seconds? I think it is 9 seconds for 100 meters. It's 9 seconds 77 right now. That's pretty fast. That's Jamaican. Jamaican is called what? That's runner from Jamaica. He's 9.56. That gap is really small. So imagine that young man, that lawyer guy, if he would have been told by his parents that you can't run, you have to go and be a pilot. How much do you earn by winning a 100-meter race right now? How long will a doctor take to earn that money? I'm not saying they're not going to earn it in a lifetime, but it's going to take some time. So I feel like that is how even graphics design. People think that graphics design is a very low-key job. But right now, graphics design is connected to UX design and user interface. And that is a whole new ballgame. If somebody started with graphic design and they now get into UX design and user interface, it's a whole new game. That person can earn a lot of money because there are companies in Europe that pay up to $50 an hour for that kind of work. Wow. And $50 times 7, some 7 hours in a day, times 5 days in a week, times 30 days in a month. That's a lot of money. Even people who went to school to study law and medicine they don't get that kind of money. Yeah, well, lawyers can, but but that is how it is. Yeah. That's the reality. I think. Yes. Wow. So now you've never been employed, and then there is Core Media. So tell us about Core Media is my employment. So Core Media is the company that I started to save my life from going under. So it basically does branding. It does branding. Of course, involves a lot of things. There is design. There are videos. There are so many things. There is web design. There is social media marketing. So basically, just a full design company, agency. So there are the obvious challenges that come with starting a company, especially in this country. How is that for you, starting Core Media? It's hard. It is really, really hard. You just put sweat and blood, Yeah. Yeah, you just build it by your own sweat, by your own blood, and lack of sleep. How long did you have to wait before your big break? Before you got your first I don't think I've ever had a break. Do I have a break? I don't think I have a break. At least in my estimation. Because sometimes, let me tell you the reason why I asked that question. When you talk to a young person, they'll tell you the reason why I'm looking for employment is because, ukianza biashara sahi si ati kesho itakupatia pesa, So you have to have something to, to give you some money. That's why I'm looking for employment. So what would you tell such a person like, okay, why is it important to be patient when you're building your company? And probably what is the best way to navigate, through the challenges? I think life around us just speaks of patience. Yeah. And time. everything is allowed time. Whenever you speak to somebody, the question that will answer, how long is this going to take? Whether you're looking for a passport, whether you're looking for kitambulisho, whether you're planting tomatoes, whether you're planting time is what matures things. And I feel like you just grow your name, and do things with a lot of discipline. And I feel like discipline is where sometimes we miss the mark. Discipline in the things that you do. I work a lot with young people, yeah? Ah, God, but
how do you deal with them?
the generation Z, right?
Gen Z, yeah.
Yeah, they are from another planet.
Why do you say that?
They're very carefree, and so there are two people. There are two people in this generation.
Yeah.
For me, I've been in this employment to realize there are actually distinctly two people. There are young women and then there are young men. They are very different. Some people think that they're the same. No, those people are very different. The young men have they can just not show up and forget about it. They won't say why. And young women won't do that.
I see.
The young women also know that they know what a woman can do. They are pretty learned it. How to use who they are to manipulate you. So I find young women very manipulative. I find young men very, very, very cheeky. But something ties them together in the fact that they can just walk out on you.
We start something and then tomorrow they just vanish.
I'm feeling it, man.
They vanish.
No,
this is not giving me anything.
I'm not feeling it.
So do you think that could be one of the reasons why we are the way we are today? I mean, we are all over ranting about there's no employment, and so there's no reason for going to school, there's no reason for being in this country. Could that be the problem or one of the reasons for that?
It's pretty. I think that there is a lot of irresponsibility in the world right now.
Okay.
A lot of irresponsibility, and I don't think it's just the kids. Yeah, even adults are I find very many adults that are very irresponsible. People that you'll give a job but instead decide to watch Netflix in their adulthood.
I see. And now, just based on that, what you just said, how else do you think maybe you can use tech to leverage tech to make some money, other than just for entertainment? Because that's what we do. Everybody just wants to be on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, but it's mainly for entertainment. We especially the young people, Gen Z, and millennial.
But that is why we started by talking about entertainment. And infotainment, So infotainment, if you have a car with good infotainment, so there is the entertainment which comes with you can use AirPlay to play music, right? You can use the screen to play YouTube, or use it to do Spotify, and then there is the info. On the same dashboard, you can use Google Maps. On the same one, you can actually see the rare review. There is a rare review mirror there. You can see. So that is info. If you come too close to to another car, then on the same dashboard, it's going to tell you that it will beep a sound. That is info telling you that you are too close to another car, or if you're veering off your lane, or things like that. So you get that from the same central location, all right? So you can decide to ignore everything else and only listen to Spotify or YouTube or whatever, and then knock yourself on other cars,
wow,
okay?
very
Or veer off the lane. And that's what we are doing, really. we have everything, but we're just deciding that we're not going to be attending to the other side of life. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So you know very well that you can get a job in Europe, you know? But if you have done graphics design, you know that you can go to Fiverr and get a job on Fiverr, or people pay and get a job there, or Upwork and people go there. It's the same internet. But you decide to go and just look for gossip on tuko.co.ke. You see the difference?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of sending cold emails to people out there, companies that, you know what, I'm a very good writer and I can help you with the organization, and you get money, but you decide to just go to tuko.co.ke and listen to what Jalango is saying. But Jalango is actually making money.
He's making money, yeah.
So that is the. It's also very hard. It's also very hard because information is boring.
I see.
Yeah.
It depends on how it is packaged.
Yeah, mostly it's boring because writing cold email is not nice.
I see.
Yeah, it's boring, but it's what gives you the edge.
It's true.
Mm.
Now, you know, there's a lot that we can talk about with this guy, so I'm gonna cut it short. But before we finish, you do a lot of things. Again, I repeat. Tell us a bit about CMS Africa. I've seen you doing amazing stuff.
CMS Africa is very connected to technology.
Mm-hmm.
I am a tech activist.
Yes.
I champion the use of technology to solve our day-to-day problems, especially business problems. Anything under the sun, really, you can do using technology. So I develop websites using content management system called WordPress. And you know, WordPress can. So we started having an event called Joomla Day Kenya, celebration of tech. And then I decided that a lot of other people that were in other areas were coming to this event and having really nothing. So I decided to do a CMS Africa Summit that brings everybody together.
Yeah.
So we started it humbly here in Kenya in 2016, I believe. 2015.
Oh, 2015. Okay.
At Strathmore. From Strathmore we went to Catholic University of Eastern Africa. Then from there I decided to venture out of Kenya into Uganda, into East Africa. We went to Uganda and we did a fantastic event there with the support of Airtel. And from there we went to Abuja, Nigeria. From Abuja, Nigeria we came back to East Africa, Kigali, Rwanda, and then we went to Cape Town. So it's an event that celebrates the use of tech to solve your day-to-day problems. So there are also other things that we are doing when we are not having an event. If you look at cmsafrica.org, you'll see the things that we do there. There are some projects that we do there. So that is basically about CMS Africa.
So what we're going to do is we're going to leave a link in the description on CMS Africa, Core Media, and everything else that he does. Can you just mention something about Money Monkey?
Money Monkey is my latest startup. It's aggregating. What is the word? Aggregating, right? Aggregating. Yes. It's an AI project, artificial intelligence. Yeah. So we are looking for what people are searching online and writing based on that. So it is. It has a bias on finance and business.
I see.
Yeah. So it's called moneymonkey.africa. We do all things to do with finance and how to run your business, whether it's on registering a business, how to go about e-citizens manenos, you know, how to run your business online, how to look for projects, blah, blah, blah. Anything under the sun that involves finance and business and tech. So that is what Money Monkey is.
So thank you very much, Jagero, for giving us the chance to talk to you. I mean, I have learned also. Yeah. Definitely, when you talk to somebody like you who is exposed to the world and everything, you get to learn something. So I really appreciate allowing us to be here.
Yeah.
Most importantly, for allowing us to talk to you because we are consuming your time.
Yeah.
So I just want to say a big thank you. And I'm going to talk to him again on tech, because I know there are a lot of opportunities that he may not be able to have a chance to just share in one video, and other business opportunities, especially for young people, because that's what I'm passionate about, you know. And then we will be posting on our YouTube channel. We can post on his YouTube channel as well. So, but for now, you can look for Money Monkey. You know, you did a video on how to be debt free.
Yes.
I think it's on Money Monkey.
Yeah.
This guy does very good content on finances and business related content. You know, you should definitely go to his YouTube channel and look out for some of the videos that he's already posted there. So thank you so much, and
you're welcome.
We'll talk again soon. So guys, thank you so much for subscribing and for watching and for sharing the content. Please go and subscribe to his YouTube channel as well, Money Monkey, okay? And then also you can check him out on Facebook, Odor Jagero. He's very loud. And by the way, I don't know why we put down everything that you are except the fact that you make people laugh all the time. You're funny.
Yeah, it's nice to make people laugh.
He's funny. Check him out on Facebook. You'll be shocked. Some of the things that he writes are bizarre. So be careful. Otherwise, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you soon.